The downfall in relationships among so many of us is as a result of the fact that we are ignorant of the invisible side that controls decisions, actions, and behaviors. So we blame all actions and decisions and behaviors, we blame it on physical issues. We blame them on the person made a wrong decision. What if the person was made to make a wrong decision? What you need to deal with is the spirit sponsoring and the influence powering such behaviors. An unreasonable behavior basically is a situation whereby it will be unreasonable for somebody else to coexist with you in a relationship considering your unreasonable pattern of actions, and predictably so, meaning that it is predictably confirmed that you have an unreasonable pattern of behavior. So such an unreasonable partner may have to be separated or divorced or let loose from someone that the person is trying to marry or someone that the person has been married to. Now, unreasonable behavior has been found to be existing. It's existing amongst men. It's also existing amongst women. I want to deal with 7 unreasonable behaviors that men exhibit, and it destroys their relationships and their marriages. 7 unreasonable behaviors. Number 1 is an abusive behavior. An abusive behavior. As a man, it's critical for you to understand this. A woman, by virtue of need, may stay with you for a long time because of her disadvantaged situation, and so she will condone your abusive attitude. Never think that she will continue for life. Once what limits the woman from expressing herself is sorted out, you'll be amazed how that she will walk out of that marriage even if it's after 32 years. As a man, you use direct words like you are stupid, you are useless, you are crazy, you have no brain. I told you you are a waste. It's even a pity I married you. Sir, that is abusive. It's what we call verbal abuse, and it destroys marriages. The next one is what I call physical abuse, where you are simply gifted in the artistry of slaps. It's so amazing to know that as men, we don't even stand up to our equals outside. But when you see us beating our wives, we want to prove to her that we are skillful wrestlers, extreme boxers, and very talented kickboxers. Honestly, it is the lowest expression of your masculinity to raise your hand on your wife. We have physical abuse, verbal abuse, and we have sexual abuse. I have talked with a lot of women lately, married and unmarried, who have had men in their lives, who still have men in their lives, who will pick them up. I'm not going to be graphic here, but I'm going to be as close as possible because we're dealing with practical issues. There are women whose husbands will pick them up in the name of sex, having sex with your wife. A man said to me, he said, I thought I paid the bride price, so I have the right to do anything with her sexually. The worst of it is emotional abuse. Using contemptuous word. Look at you. Who do you think you are? If not for me, will somebody like you be anything? Such very, very destructive words. Number 2, when it comes to the second reason why, a second kind of unreasonable behavior, it is what we call irresponsible behavior. I'm sure your mind will run loose now and you're going to quickly remember somebody. Irresponsible behavior. To be born a male is a matter of chance. To become a man is a matter of choice. It's a sign of irresponsibility when a man does not respond to his duties. You never abdicate your financial responsibilities as a man. Your honor is tied to it. Your dignity is tied to it. There's nothing wrong for your wife to support you, but she's not assigned to carry you. One of the unreasonable behaviors that men exhibit that destroys our marriages is what I call authoritarian behaviors, controlling behaviors, intimidating behaviors, threatening behaviors, scary behaviors. You appear at home, your wife is afraid. The children run around. When they hear you are coming, daddy is coming from afar, like it was in my time. Children start running around the house trying to hide because the lion of the tribe is coming. Your wife suddenly begins to fidget. She's calling yes, no, no, yes, because of fear. And you bask in the fact that your wife is afraid of you. The next unreasonable behavior that men exhibit that destroys our marriages and relationships is what we call immoral behaviors. Unrepentant immoral behavior. You sleep with house helps. You sleep with colleagues. You are planning to marry your wife, the lady you are planning to marry, but she's also aware you are sleeping with her friends. And you say, so what? That's what happens to us as men. It's our weakness as men. Just simply immoral. Another unreasonable behavior is what we call addictive behaviors. Gambling, smoking, drinking, drugs. Even to sleep with your wife, you have to go and take some drugs. Now, when medically you are advised to do that, I'm not against that. But I'm saying that you're just addicted to drugs, marijuana, cocaine. And it's destroying your sense of reasoning. There's help. It's an unreasonable behavior to be hooked on drugs. Very soon your kids will be on it. Another unreasonable behavior is what we call unsupportive behavior. Your wife can't make reference to any support you give to her business, her dreams, her career. You never support your wife. You're never a shoulder for her to stand on. On the contrary, any career she wants to pursue, you are always the obstacle in her front. You are the only person who clips her wings. You can't make reference to anything your wife has become. Anything the lady you are about to marry is becoming by virtue of association with you. What is your investment into her life and her future? What are you doing to make her happy? For a woman who finds happiness through a relationship with a man will bring happiness to his home. I want to mention to you that one of the most unreasonable behaviors that most men exhibit that destroys marriages and relationships is what I call godless behaviors. Godless behaviors. Ungodly, Christless behavior. Scriptureless behavior. When a man behaves like there is no God. When you talk to your wife and treat your wife like God is dead. When you act in such a way that there's no recourse to the fear of God, remembering that you may be a husband, you are not a maker. It is therefore important for every one of us as men to recognize that yes, we are the leaders of the house. God has put us in charge, but unreasonable behavior will not go unpunished. What do you do if you're a single lady and all these unreasonable behaviors, they are in the guy you want to marry? The first thing to do when dealing with unreasonable behavior, recognize it. Number two, refuse to excuse it. Don't say, hey, he's a nice man, it's just that he acts unreasonably. No. Don't excuse it. Number three, reach out for help. Reach out for help. You're a married woman. You're married to a man who is unreasonable. Recognize it. Refuse to excuse it. Reach out for help. There are people around you who can guide you on the next step to take. Don't take any decision until you are properly counseled. There are better ways to deal with unreasonable behaviors. It doesn't have to result in divorce. "5:50 a.m. West African time. We are going to have a moment of encounter with the Holy Spirit. You've never had an encounter with the Holy Spirit before? Get ready. We will be having 5 days of unforgettable encounters with the Holy Spirit. There are 21 things the presence of the Holy Spirit can do in your life. I don't care to know whether you need a breakthrough, open door, favor, whatever it is. The Holy Spirit of God is the one that is on earth now to make such things happen. It will be a great honor and privilege to have you sign up in God's presence as we encounter the presence of the Spirit of God. Monday to Friday. You don't want to miss out on that.